I fucking love this movie. This movie is terrible.
I didn't mean it. I swear it. Oh, you swear?
Man, what's going on?
What is that? Ken, talk to us.
I'm signing off.
No, he'll kill you.
Uncle John, you hear me?
Why is he counting down?
Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another review. Please forgive the crudeness of this video because, one, I really don't have time to edit it, and two, I don't have time to make it really that scripted. So this is just going to be a just getting back from movie review, my own take on it, right when I just finished watching the movie, and overall not scripted, and this is just me talking to the camera about it. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get another review out there for you guys. So, today we're going to be talking about the film Unfriended. Yes, this is the newest, horror film, and it's by, of course, my favorite company, Universal Pictures. And the plot of this movie is basically, it's about, apparently how this girl apparently killed herself because there was a videotape going around of her, ending up in an unpleasant situation, and so all these people somebody puts it online, and all these people pretty much rip on her, make her feel like an outcast, and then just tell her to kill herself, until eventually there's a video of her killing herself. So it's about 1 year later, and all these 5 main characters who, of course, will all die. I'm pretty sure I'm not spoiling it for anybody when I say, because that's the newest wave of how horror films work, is that everybody dies, there's no survivors, which I kind of miss. And basically it's the 1 year anniversary of her death, and so all these characters are put in a situation where this, I guess, troll is hacked into the girls who's dead system and, like, fucks with them and gets everything out that's part of their personal life, and eventually picks them off one by one and kills them until the last person's left. So my thoughts on the film, give credit, I haven't really sat through any horror films ever in theaters for a very, very long time. That's mostly due to the fact that, I'm not a fan of jump scares, because that's what horror films are nowadays. They're just either jump scares or just seeing every person get picked up until everybody's dead. And honestly, I don't care for that in terms of horror films. I miss the good days of horror like Jaws and Halloween, where it's like, it's about one character running for her life, or his life, or, the killer dies or something, and, it's just something, and there's not many jump scares or everything. So I like horror films like that, so I'm not a jump scare fan, and so on. But in terms of, this is the first time I've sat through one. The last one I actually saw that was kind of a horror film, but was more of a B-movie in any case, was Carrie, the remake, which, I'll probably review sometime. But, overall, what did I think of this film, which is the first time I've seen a horror film in a while? I actually really liked it. It's not really much for the characters, because, let's be honest, every character in this movie is a fucking asshole. But the reason I really like this movie is because it's actually a really good anti-bullying or cyberbullying propaganda film. Now, I gotta point something out. When I was a kid, yes, I was bullied. I was a victim, and I had a lot of people say horrible shit to me and stuff, but you know what? I don't want to get too much into that, but bottom line, I know what it's like to be bullied. And I too wish there's shit that could get people, to get this shit to stop. But I know how the high school system and everything else works. It's just everybody's pretty much an asshole. You gotta pick your allies, and, everybody can be cruel people. And that's what I like about this movie. It shows how cruel bullies can be and how cruel the cyberbullying thing has gotten, there's pretty much no stopping it, because it's almost like a system unto itself, I like to sometimes think that bullies are organized, but that's just my stupid thinking, but who knows? Maybe there is some sort of like school mafia or something. But I'm getting off track. So I liked how it was really sending a message to people who do this type of shit, probably to think twice before you post it and try to be more of a better person than being a fucking asshole. Now, bottom line, all the characters are complete douchebags, and like all the girls are complete like whore sluts, whatever. No offense to girls or whatever, I'm sure there's pretty nice ones, but bottom line, they're all assholes. And, yeah, every character gets killed off, unfortunately. Everyone's a dick, and yeah, each one, they kind of deserve to die. There was one character that I felt like, okay, you need to go. And that's the character of Adam, and the reason that is because he is the jock stereotype character. Because in my eyes, when I think of bullies, usually they're the jocks of the football team. And they think we're stronger, we're better than all the other wimps, and we can get all the girls, we can get everybody. And in that sense, they also do drugs. And you know, the guy's been arrested, and you know he's done drugs, and he's like he has a gun out. And it just shows how far you can push somebody before they start becoming a psychopath. And so when Adam got killed off, because he's pretty much kind of the villain. I was so glad he got killed off like halfway through the movie. I'm like, yes, thank you. He had to die. And I knew he was gonna die, but that death was so worth it. The one that was really fucked up was the nerdy kid. I can't remember what his name is. But the nerdy kid, which I thought was cool, it kind of reminded me of Boogie 2988 or whatever. I can't remember. Francis. He kind of reminded me of that. But the thing is that this guy, what happens, his death, the ghost basically of the girl who hacks into the system, the girl ghost actually forces him to put his hand into a blender, and then it's like, oh my god. And then it's like his neck gets into the blender. It's like, oh, like that part I was just like, oh wow. Like, that death was... I mean, he was the one that I thought, okay, his death should be a little tamer, but no, his was, like, the cruelest one, unfortunately. But yeah, every other character, even, like, the main character we're supposed to follow is just a terrible person overall, and I think they all got what they deserve. Now, the thing is, too, is, like, I like the concept of the film. The idea of it is using a whole Skype call as a film. And it was an interesting experience. There were times where I'm like, okay, can we get on with it and start with the deaths? Because the beginning of it is a little slow, but overall, I thought it was alright. Like, the Skype call and everything. I'm trying to think what else. And then just... But yeah, bottom line, it's a great anti-bullying propaganda film. And I wish there were more films like that having to do with bullies and how barbaric and how evil some can be. What's really cool is this is actually one of those films, I will say this right now, this is a film that once it's out on DVD and Blu-ray, this should be shown to high schools. This should be shown to like all high schools as a little special video or something, as a special announcement. They should show this movie and just say, guys, you gotta stop doing this shit, whoever does it. Because it really does send some sort of message out that, you know, cyberbullying is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Neither is regular bullying. And, but yeah, overall, I liked it. I mean, there was no score, except there was always, whenever you knew something was coming, they always played this kind of eerie kind of, ooh, and that kind of gave away what the scares were going to be. And that's another thing. I hate jump scares, so, like, when I went into this movie, I thought, okay, I gotta deal with jump scares, because I hate feeling that way. So I have to keep plugging my ears, because I knew something was coming out. When it was silent, I'm thinking, something's coming up, oh, there we go, somebody's dead. And it's interesting, because this movie had actually only had, like, $1 million budget, which is actually kind of interesting, and I can see why. I guess the only reason they really needed the money was to get the product placements in their YouTube, Facebook, chat. Even Chat Roulette makes a cameo in there, and it kind of just sums up how that website works. And Facebook and Skype, and because the whole movie is a Skype call. But overall, I guess that's what they had to pay for, and then everything else they could have done very easily, very cheap. Surprisingly, this movie is doing really well. It got like 16 million at the box office, so it's pretty much already made its money back. I would suggest no sequels, only because, like, I don't want this sort of concept being kind of just a cash cow until, like, the milk is completely dry, and I don't want that at all with this movie, because I feel like, as its own movie, stands alone. However, if they did a sequel, here's what I would do. I would suggest doing, it as more of maybe, like, a Google Live or a YouTube Live video, where, like, it's live on YouTube and people are watching this and they're getting killed off. I think that would be a great concept, because then if you do a third film, it could show, oh my god, ghosts exist, we should... you know, and then everybody gets fucked over. That would be an interesting concept. But overall, I liked the movie. I thought it was pretty creative in the way it was filmed, in the way, the concept of it. I did like how it's an anti-bullying message. I really love that. And overall, I think as Jeremy Johns would put it, it's a good time, no alcohol required. So I'd give it about, a 7 out of 10. I thought it was really fun. So overall, I liked it. I would suggest take your girlfriend or something to it, because there's chances that they get jump scared and they may grab your hand or something, but I don't give a shit. But anyway, bottom line, that's my review, guys. What were your thoughts on the film? Let me know in the comment section. Hopefully I can get more reviews out, but in this case, if they're done like this, that's probably how they're going to be. The Oz the Great and Powerful review was scripted because at the time I had time, but now I don't. But overall, yeah, so go check out the movie. It's actually worth the time. Way better than Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Like, that movie looks like a piece of shit. This movie was actually pretty fun. So, overall, go check it out. That's all I have to say, and I will see you guys later. This is Big Jack Films, signing off.